Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. Today we are going to complete a trifecta of Sencut knives, and this one was donated by Tot Dog. Tot Dog, thank you so very much. And I want to say thank you to my channel members, thank you subscribers, and thank you all the patrons. You guys are awesome, you're freaking amazing, you're making this thing just go crazy, and I absolutely love you guys and gals very much. And I almost forgot to tell you, the unboxing knife today was the Sencut Neches. Go check out my video on it. I just did it. This is a new release from Sencut. I really enjoy this knife. And it was assisting today, the official unboxing knife. All right, so let's get into it. This is the Sencut episode pocket knife SA04B, and it's black. All right, are you ready? Are you set? Let's get in here and see what this looks like. I think we have a harpoon blade coming up. I believe that's what we have. So that's what you have in your box and your packaging, in case you've never got a Sencut. This is the third one in a row, so you can go check out the other two. The last two were new releases. This one is relatively new in the Sencut line, and here you go. And in case you didn't know, We Knives, they have a budget line of Civivi, and then the budget line after that is Sencut. So there's this side. Here's the top. I'm liking it already. It feels solid. And look at there. Got a lanyard hole. It's centered. And let's see. Yeah, nice tip. It's not the strongest tip in the world. We're going to go over the ergos, fit, finish, action, all that fun stuff. Ooh, yeah. I'm liking that poon. Look at that harpoon. Very nice. Here's this side. And here's this side. Would you look at it? Just look at it. All right, let's go ahead and get the specs in 60 seconds. Let's see what she weighs. I don't think it's quite 4. I'm going to go with about 3 3/4. And boom, 3.785. Oh, man, that was so close. So close. All right, are you ready? Are you set? Let's do this. So your total length from tip to tip is exactly 8 inches. You have a harpoon or clip point style blade, depending upon your preference. Your blade steel is 9CR18 MOV with a stonewash finish. Your total blade length right here from the scale to the tip is 3.45 inches. Your sharpened blade length is actually longer, 3.51 inches. Your blade width right at the tallest point right here is 1.19 inches. Your blade stock thickness is 119 thousandths of an inch. Your thickness behind the edge is 14 thousandths. Your handle material is a very nice, well-textured G10, and I'll get you that in a second. Your close length from tip to tip is 4.61 inches. Your handle width is 0.96 inches. Your close width at the tallest point right here is 1.48 inches. Handle thickness is 0.48 inches. Your opening method is primarily a flipper. And what's in the pivot? Well, we're going to see, because we're going to take it apart here in just a minute and see what's inside. It has stainless steel liners, and it has a reversible deep carry pocket clip. It has T8 body screws and T6 pocket screws. That is nice. Your model number is SA04B. Let's see how the factory edge is right out of the box, and then we'll get into all the fun stuff. Is it going to be sharp? Not that this isn't fun. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah. Like a laser. This thing is nice and sharp. Giving you a nice close-up look here. Wow, this is an attractive blade. Let's go from one end to the other. Now, this one, it comes in 4 different colors. You could get the black G10, burgundy G10 with the stonewash blade, with the black stonewash blade. They have the JG10, and then there's also the brown and the green micarta. So you have 5 options. I can't count. That's all right. But you have 5 options. And for the G10, it's like $42 around there. And for like $1.50 more, you can get the micarta. Micarta! All right, so let's check this out. Look. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Nice and even looking. There's your Sencut brand. And the only difference that I see in the outside is that you just don't have the C for Civivi when you get Sencut. You still pretty much, you're getting the same quality. But here's some texture vision for you. Oh, yeah, that has some nice texture. Would you look at it? Yeah, I love this G10 texture. It's not rough, it's just right. And they kind of give it that bolster look with those lines right there. And then there's your T8s, nice big old T8 body screws. And then looking on the inside, you don't have to worry about what's inside there because you're going to see it all here in just a second. And let's check out this pocket clip. Look at that. That's very nice. Very, very nice. Just like the last two I showed, there's nothing in the way. These pocket clips work really well, and it's reversible, which is very nice. No screws, no mushrooms growing in the shade, which is awesome. And if you like a lanyard, you got a really nice spot to put a lanyard, and I like how they didn't drill a hole through the whole thing. That way, you know, it keeps the aesthetics nice and clean. And I showed you earlier that it is well centered. The tip's not too bad. It's not exactly a splinter getter. It looks like it's strong enough. And let's see what our lockup, we're coming in at about, I would say, 40% lockup. And how solid is it? Solid as a rock. No play, any direction. No uppy, downy, lefty, righty. So we're definitely good on that. And let's see how it is in and out of the pocket. Oh, yeah, nice and comfortable. I already knew it was going to be. So let's do some quick size comparisons. Here's a QSP penguin, because everyone should have a penguin, right? It's just about exactly the width of the penguin. And you know the drill. Hopefully you have some or all of these knives. I'm going to put some up here so you have some really good eyeball reference. Here's your Spyderco Para Military 2. There's your Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and here's your Spyderco Delica 4. Let's see if I can get ahead of myself. That'd be fun. Here's the Ontario Rat number 1 and the Petrified Fish Beluga, the very popular Beluga. So you can see it's a full-size knife. It's not an extra large knife. I guess it's your opinion on whether it's a large or extra large or not. Probably just depends on your hand size. So here is the Civivi Bronte, which I'm really loving, and then the Civivi Neches. And both of these are in videos recently, and they're just a tad smaller, just a tad shorter, really easy in and out of the pocket. Go check those out. And if you don't have one, you probably should get one. There's probably 20 or 30 versions. I'll put a link in the description to all these knives so you don't have to worry about looking them up. And here is the Kaiser Ursa Minor. I really like this one. Getting some poon shape out here. Getting some poon. And here's the Civivi Backlash. Do you have a backlash? I think everyone has a backlash, right? Have a little more of that harpoon shape going on here. So if you have a backlash, yeah, it looks like you're about in that territory. Let's put one more up here. And this one is the Kubi Momentum. I enjoyed doing this video, and I enjoy carrying this one. This one's fun, too. So you can see it's the size of the Momentum, too. All right, let's check out this action. Before we do, a call to action. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and then right next to it, hit that bell button, and then select all. That way you won't miss what is coming up on Beez Blades. And just in case you missed it, you might want to go back and check the video where I told you about the knife my wife got me. The wife my knife got me. Anyway, you might want to go check that one out. All right, let's check out the deployment. Ready? Ooh, yeah, it is snappy. I mean, it is snappy. I kind of gave it half effort before because I didn't want to check it out yet, but man, it fires with authority. That was the push button. How about a little bit of light switch? Oh, I mean, it takes little to no effort. Let's see if I can fail it. Look at that. I barely pushed it. It still made it out. Man, it has a great detent. The detent is tuned very well. Left-handed, comfortable. Oh yeah, no problem. Left-handed, and I really like that it's reversible pocket clip. And can I reverse flick it? Yes! Oh, we're talking multiple deployments. And do a little bit of slow pinch open, swing, swing, swing. A little bit of swing, swing, and then back in your pocket. I really like that. So some ergos. My hand's 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. So let's see how she holds. Oh yeah, nice and comfortable. No hot spots. The pocket clip is not bothering me whatsoever. I have to say, the ergos, oh yeah. So this has really nice jimping. It doesn't have the small jimping I usually prefer, but this jimping, yeah, I like it. I really like it. It's very comfortable. It grabs my skin like it's supposed to. And look how it just, see how it has this curvature right here? It just flows with how your hand falls on it. And my thumb, boom, just like that. So for doing some pull-through cuts, see how my thumb is just ramped? And anything you're going to be cutting, it's going to be going right along these lines, going right past your thumb. You can do some push cuts with it. Utility cutting, you can hold it back a little farther. You're going to have to lift the tip just a tad higher because you do have a little bit of belly coming up, a little bit of swinging coming up. But yeah, just hold it up a little bit more, and that has a really nice tip for utility cuts. So I think we're good on that. So the ergos, man, It's comfortable. I really like this one. I really do. The pocket clip. I like it when the pocket clip doesn't say, hey, I'm a pocket clip. So yeah, I don't have any complaints whatsoever about the pocket clip. So the action's good. The ergos are good. Not a whole lot of room before you get to the plunge grind. Plunge grind comes to around right here. I mean, you have some room before you get to it, even if that's even an option for you or a complaint. I wouldn't say it's a really choke upable knife. I mean, you can always grab it up here if you're really getting into it, but it's at it. I think you're going to be good. I think you're good to go. So let's go ahead and disassemble it, take it apart, break it down, and then we'll come back and I'll give you final thoughts. All right, here we are. Now, if you're new to this, this is for you. If you're a Beez Blader, you know this will only take a few seconds and then we'll be right in it. But if you're new to knife sharpening, knife supplies, knife cleaning, all that stuff, I have links to everything in the description of my videos. I have 10% discount codes to KPL Knife Pivot Lube, White Mountain Knives, Mojave Outdoor, Kaiser knives, all kinds of stuff. Just go to the description of the video and it's all listed out. But definitely get you some KPL, Knife Pivot Lube, and get you some doodads, as I call them. These swabs are really nice. You can help keep your knife clean without taking it apart for the most part. These things are great. You'll see me using these, and then you can make sure that you get the right thread locker. If you don't want to mess up, make sure you use my links. You don't have to, but make sure you use what you see there. And get you a Weehaw bit set. Don't get a cheap set because you'll strip them and regret it, and you'll wish you would have got one of these. Get your Weehaw bit set. These last a lot longer. And look at here, doubles up. If you're a Beez Blader, you already know. You probably know this by heart. But we want to make sure that everyone new to the community knows all this stuff. All right, so let's get into this knife. And I didn't mention it before, but you saw it laying there. Definitely, if you're just starting out, get you a Weehaw stubby. You got to have a stubby, right? Huh? What? No. Yeah? Yes, just playing. Get you a stubby, because sometimes if you get one of the smaller ones, you might not get enough torque. I really like these, the back spins. Hopefully these are still available. I will have a link in the description, but get you a stubby so you can get some torque and get in there. And I am very grateful that I got this really nice one. There's a link to this one in the description. This was a gift to the channel. Very much appreciated. So I'm going to go from the clip side, and there is a screw hole opening on both sides. So now I can slow down, take my time, because usually my disassemblies don't take too long. So is it going to come across? Well, it's not wanting to loosen from that side. What about this side? Let's see. Sometimes if it doesn't go on loosen on one side, it'll loosen on the other. But this one, I think I'm going to have to use, yeah. So let's see what we have to do here. The question is, which side does it want to come loose on? Now see, now I'm glad I have this other stubby. Now, there we go. See? Now, if you didn't have 2-bit drivers, if you at least had this stubby, right? If you had this one, you could use your Weehaw bit set as your backup driver for the other side of the knife, because there's a lot of knives that are like this and don't have a D-shaped pivot. So, does it have any goop on it? Yeah, there was a little bit of Loctite on there. I'll clean that off. And by the way, I have some rubbing alcohol on this piece of microfiber cloth. And I can't wait to tell you guys, if, you know, it's this last Friday at Beez Blades Live at the Hive, we had so much freaking fun. So many more new people came to the live, and it went so fast. It was, I mean, my lives are usually a minimum of 3 hours. They go from 8:15 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. Here's this screw. You can see it has some Loctite on it. And if you don't take your knives apart all the time or check your screws all the time, you definitely want to use a little bitty bit of Loctite, just a little bit. Get the end of a toothpick and just get a little bit on the threads, because that's all it takes. And then after you use the Loctite, if you use Loctite on the pivot, you have to let it set. That's just the general consensus. You got to let it set so it dries, at least for a day. So do it in the morning, and then next morning you're good to go. But this last Friday, we had so much fun. I do a giveaway every Friday night. And then a lot of times if we get over 200 likes on the live, I do 2 giveaways. And we did 2 giveaways this past Friday, and it was so fun. I mean, my goodness, I can't wait to give away the knife. And by the way, if you're watching this, earlier in this video, I mentioned to go and watch the video about, I just took the screws off the other side. You know what? I'm going to put these back on. I'm just talking and taking screws out, but that's all right. I meant to take it apart from the other side, so I'm going to put this back in just so I keep track of what I'm doing. Oh, that is hilarious. Yeah, sometimes I can't do 2 things at once. If you come to the live streams, you'll see that. It's quite hilarious. But the video that I referred to, the one where my wife got me a knife, go watch that and make sure that you enter how I say to enter in there, because there's a huge giveaway coming up, and it's this Friday. Well, I can't remember. What's today? Today's, okay, you're watching this on the 21st, so it's going to be Friday after the 21st. And I'm doing the random pick on the live stream. So if you want to come to the live stream and hang out with us, now here's what it looks like on this side, nice and milled out. It would be really cool if the winners are there live. That would be so awesome, because I'm going to do the random comment picker, and on top of that, I'm still going to do the regular giveaway that I do every Friday. So, I mean, if you haven't seen all the stuff that's being given away in this subscriber appreciation giveaway, oh, go check it out. And let's see. Oh, I thought I was like, what? Where's my, okay, there they are. I was like, where's my ball bearings? So I'm going to clean this off and give you a look here. These are the ball bearings, and I guarantee these are ceramic, because the last two Sencuts that I took apart were ceramic. And yes, they are ceramic ball bearings. Very nice, very, very nice. I'll give you a look at them. I think ball bearings are just the coolest thing ever. They're so cool. But I could spend, well, I usually do. I spend half of my time on the disassembly just talking about the live streams, because I look so forward to it. It is so much fun. Here's what it looks like. Look how clean. This is very, very clean. And this wasn't, you know, and these knives, I buy them, and then they're donated to the channel. So it's not like the company knows that I'm getting the knives. So I mean, that's how clean I get them. And then if you've seen some of my other disassemblies, by the way, I have a whole list of disassembly videos. You could see every once in a while I get one that is crazy. And I'm like, what happened here? When we get into the pivot and get on the inside, there's been a couple that I was like, wow, dirty. So here's your pivot. It's round. It's not a D-shaped pivot. I prefer a D-shaped pivot myself. Where's my little doodads? There they go. They were hiding from me. Just going to make sure and clean any extra stuff out of there. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in. Easy peasy. Let me get this wiped off. But yeah, Beez Blades live at the hive. Oh, right. And, you know, every video, someone just always comments about me being too excited about knives. How can someone be that excited about knives? I am that excited about knives, and I am that happy. Sorry about the fact that some folks don't like happiness, or maybe you're down. Hey, come and watch some Beez Blades in the morning, and maybe it'll help cheer you up. You know, they say it's catchy. You know, keep a positive attitude. So I'm just getting a little bit of this KPL, because I use too much if I just use the dropper. That's just me personally, because I'm heavy-handed. I like to use the droppers. And these little doodads, you get them like in packs of 50. And in the description, there is a discount code, 10% off at KPL. And they have way more than just these doodads, and way more than just the KPL knife pivot lube. They also have all kinds of other things. They have sweet microfiber cloths, and they have things that you put in with your knives that last for like 6 months or even longer, depending on what you get. They keep them from rusting. They have all kinds of products, and you get 10% off, and it helps support the channel. And that's another thing, is if you're not a channel member and you're not a patron, well, you know, just being a subscriber and commenting on every video. And all you have to do is say hello. You don't even have to have an opinion about the knife. You could just say hi, say something in the comments. That supports the channel by telling YouTube that other people that like knives might want to watch the video. And that supports the channel. So there's more ways than one to support the channel. And if this is your first time here at Beez Blades, welcome. It's the most exciting thing ever to meet all these new people that are coming to join knives. See the inside there? This is what I call the closed side of the bearings, and that's the open side. And usually when you have a notch like this, see there's a notch on this side, but there's not a notch here. The open side tends to always go towards the notch. So I'm going to flip this over and go on the inside there. And then put a little bit of KPL on there. But yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so fun. It's so inviting. When you come to the live chats, you don't have to say anything. You'll get a notification. If you hit subscribe and then the bell button and select all, you'll get notified a half an hour before the show starts on Friday evening. Depending on if you're on the West Coast, it's not even quite evening yet. And you can just click on it and just check out. Just see what everybody's doing. You don't have to say anything. You can do a little bit of lurking, if you want to call it that. But you can just see that everyone is just talking, and everyone starts learning each other's names, and that's only if you talk. You could just come and watch. A lot of folks will have it just playing. Oh, look here, I got a backspacer here that I didn't put in. Let me hide that back in there. Let's see. Yeah, let's put you where you go. That's what you can put a lanyard on. Sitting here talking and forgetting parts. Got to have all my parts. All right, there we go. Now we're going back together. But you could just come into the chat and you don't have to say anything. You can just watch and you'll see quickly that, oh, this is kind of fun. And then we do a pocket check to see what knife you carried that day. And that is so fun. Me trying to keep up with that's a blast to me. I really like it. See how fast I can talk sometimes. And I ask you guys questions. You guys ask me questions. It is so much fun. Let me back out just a tad here. Now I'm going to hold this up and make sure that everything feels solid, like it's where it's supposed to be. My pivot isn't. Let's see. Doing a lot of talking. Let me reel it back in and concentrate and put my pen back in here. I got into the conversation and distracted myself, but that's okay. That's okay. And, you know, it's fun. If you can't make fun of yourself, I mean, come on. You know, I know folks like to poke fun at me for this and that. I think it's hilarious. I love it when people point out, I was like, dude, you forgot to do this, or you almost forgot that. It's funny. I mean, life is not that serious. And if it is that serious, hang around me for a little bit. I'll help cheer you up. The knife community will help cheer you up. And, you know, I'll just sit here and fumble for an hour and a half and talk about how much I like the knife community. But, this is actually a straightforward design. It's going back together very well, despite the fact I'm not paying attention. So I'm just getting that started. Let me put these back screws in. All right, here's one of them. Make sure I didn't lose track of anybody. And this is really straightforward and simple. Get you in there. I'm not going to quite tighten that all the way down. Just getting everybody where they go. Let me see. Do I have all my screws? Yeah. And make sure I've got this side tightened down. These are the ones I started taking out, and I wasn't even taking this side apart. Okay, got them back. And when you tighten them down, don't crank them. Don't crank them down. You don't want to do that. Wouldn't be prudent. Who said that? And, you know, it's funny, a lot of times a movie quote will come out. These are T6s. These are a little bit smaller heads. You have to be careful with T6s. That's why everyone says to get some wee hobbits, because they are grippy and they are stronger. Now, I'm not using Loctite because I take my knives apart all the time and I check them all the time. But it's a good idea for you to use a little bit of Loctite if you're not familiar with you know, this is the first time you took your knife apart. And that's something else that I am really grateful for, is when folks tell me that I helped them take their knife apart for the first time. There's folks that have been in here and said they've had knives for years and have never thought about actually taking it apart to clean it. And I really love that feedback. It gives me a sense of accomplishment to know that I've helped somebody learn something. We back out here just a tad. So I've tightened this down. I've tightened everything down. Let's see where we are. Are we centered? We're just a tad off. Okay, it's dead solid. So I can back it off just a tad and then tighten it down. And let's see where we are here. And we're pretty good. We're pretty good. How's the action? It's about the same. Let's see if I can loosen it up just a hair, just to make the action better, just a hair. And I mean, just a hair. Control it. Just come back just a little bit. Let me see. Ooh, nice. Still rock solid. I'm going to try to back it off just a hair more. As long as you don't get blade play. Still rock solid. Ooh, yeah, we got a lot smoother. Let's go back to the big screen. I'm going to jump in here real quick. I forgot. I was so excited talking about the live stream. So I'm going to use some KPL Heavy. That was KPL Original I was putting on everything else. I took it back apart so I could put some KPL Heavy right inside here. Let's see if I can do it without being heavy-handed. Just putting one drop in here, and then see that line, that semicircle going around? That is the detent ball track. So I'm just going to put just a tiny, tiny little bit, and that's what you look like. That'll help your detent. All right, back to your program. All right, and we're back. So you saw that it wasn't difficult. I could even manage to talk and disassemble it and reassemble it. You can too if you never have. And if you haven't, or you just got the knife, or you had it, now you know how to take it apart. It's very simple. So my overall thoughts on this knife, the ergonomics are fantastic. They're absolutely great. I like how it fits on my hand. I like that harpoon section right there. Look at how my thumb just fits in it. It's very comfortable. It's very solid. I mean, it is a solid feeling knife. It is a tool, not a toy, without a doubt. There is no joke about it. It feels very nice. It's lightweight. It's not heavy. The action, after cleaning it up a little bit, putting a little bit of Lube in there, the action's even better than it was. I mean, it doesn't take much at all. It's not drop shutty, but it's, give it a little help, and it's in there. I really like the blade. I love the blade shape. I like the finish of it. I have no complaints whatsoever. So if you have any questions about it or concerns, or you like it or you have one, tell me in the comments, support the channel, tell me what you think. But in the meantime, make sure you live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.